Welcome back to the Unknown Theories podcast. I am Yoslo1, also known as Taylor, and I'm with
Mine. Who are you with?
you.
I'm Oddball. Yeah, and that's what you're gonna know me by, not Kris. Oddball. Okay.
Whoa! Well, we used to say our names back in the day when we were just a podcast and not really YouTube channels. It was an interesting time back then.
We started with one microphone in your
In the
old
same
house.
room.
Yeah, just
And then we
staring at
learned.
each other.
Hey, it was fun. It was fun.
No, it was cool. It was.
But now we got this. We got like a studio thing.
Yeah, if the cameras want to work, might be some glitchy cameras on our end, so we
Oh,
apologize.
I don't see any glitchy cameras.
Your camera was glitching for a second there, but it
Was it
might
because
just
it was
be
shaking because I hit my desk?
possibly.
Okay.
Possibly can't sit still.
I'm also well, I had my armrest hit into it, so that's my bad.
Your nice comfy new chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's a
you're gonna
nice
fall
chair.
asleep in it.
Nice chair, nice computer. I just got a new computer, everybody. It's pretty sick.
Oh, that's right.
So I've been gaming a little bit, as much as I can. I've also been making a game, which has been pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm excited to talk about this.
Yeah, no, I guess we probably shouldn't wait too long. I mean, we can preamble a little bit.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot going on. What we're gonna talk about today, obviously, Predator, Badlands, and Alien Earth. Have those two projects have been out for a minute, and some more current events as of right now. Kind of a big thing in the movie industry is this whole Warner Brothers and Netflix. I don't know.
Also, did you hear about the Paramount craziness?
Yes. So
We'll talk about it all.
yeah, we can spend at least 5-10 minutes on it. I just want to hear kind of what you think of this, because you're definitely a movie theater film buff type person. So what do you think about Netflix potentially owning a studio like Warner Brothers?
Well, at this point, they do. They've chosen the Netflix deal, but there is a potential for something else to happen. Little shady stuff, little hostile takeover, which is actually the name of a game that I wanted to make back in the day. Maybe I still
kind
will
of funny.
What are their names? Paramount has tried to sweep under Netflix and say, hey, we'll give you even more money. But it's a bunch of money from like oil barons in the Middle East. So it's like, is it good money or not?
Yeah.
But not, I mean, everybody takes, unfortunately, from the Middle East and all that money there for the oil.
Unfortunately. So crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested. What I heard about it is I liked that Netflix actually said that they were good with Warner Brothers kind of staying their own separate thing in a way. And they'll get to keep their own channels. They'll get to keep their own like movie industry part. Like, honestly, I think they even said something like they'll keep Zaslav as the director or the head of that branch of Netflix, which will now be the Warner Brothers branch of Netflix. And if that's the case, then everything that's currently going will stay the same. If Paramount somehow sweeps in and the stakeholders are like, sure, we'll go with it, then all of that's gone. Potentially DC is gone. So in my eyes, I want to keep the Netflix deal going through. Whether or not Netflix is going to pull something shady where they say, oh, you can only be in the theater for 1 month and then you have to go straight to streaming. That'll be a little cringe,
but also I think theaters are going to have to change and adapt in a lot of ways. Something that this other channel brought up that I thought was kind of interesting, which I don't necessarily 100% agree, but he discussed movie theaters in Hollywood as, kind of behind the times, and at this point they're kind of just, in a lot of ways, they gatekeep a lot of content and force it to be in theaters a lot longer than it really should be. and there's
Mm.
not a lot of value proposition in keeping stuff in theaters for that long and also charging the prices that they are. Um, and so what I heard that the head of Netflix doesn't necessarily want to, wipe out theaters, movie theaters and stuff, and just send everything to streaming. Um, but I think what Netflix could do, and Netflix has also been actually talking more with AMC. At least I heard this because they were beefing for a while, but they recently started talking more. And AMC is the biggest, obviously.
Mm.
But like maybe they could revamp the theaters into something that has a lot more value proposition. Because right now, I don't know. You tell me. Like obviously, we grew up going to the movie theaters and having fun in that environment.
Hmm.
Midnight releases were incredible. Um, but like in a lot of ways, it can be kind of inconvenient to go to the movie theaters, especially with the quality of video that we get now, the sound quality that we can get at home, and just the convenience and comfort of being at home and like having the ability to watch it however we want. Uh, it does kind of lend to some, I guess. I see the experience kind of diminishing in comparison because it just doesn't seem like I can see a lot of people believing that the movie theaters should stay around, and I'm not saying they should go away per se, but I just think that maybe they need to change to adapt with the times because I think they are a little outdated, and I think
Hmm.
the model isn't kind of providing enough to consumers to like really drive them to go to the theaters. Like what about the movie theater experience is convincing enough to go there, other than just seeing it early, like you just want to see it. Like if Predator Badlands was out in on digital, like I probably wouldn't have ended up going to the movie theaters to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just because it can be hard as someone that works full time. I have a kid.
Hmm.
It's hard to have time to go and do that because I also have to drive like 20-30 minutes away sometimes if I can't find a AMC closer with availability.
Right, right. Well, I have heard this discourse for a long time. Ever since streamers have kind of got in the game, there's been this conversation. I guess especially around COVID, when all the movie theaters were halted and they only went digital release for a while. There was a lot of this conversation about how people are like, "Well, I would just like to be at home and not have to go out," and it's good enough at home. The sound quality is good enough. The video is good enough, but it isn't as good as the movie theater experience, especially if you, and again, it is an extra money thing. Because a lot of times people end up just going to a regular showing. But if you go to an IMAX, a Dolby surround sound, all these different things, it is 10 times better than just a regular theater experience. And I don't even go to those as often. But when I do, I'm like, okay, this is for real. And I think personally, okay, this is an opinion. I mean, we kind of are an opinion podcast for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
We do post some facts, but if you get rid of theaters right now, in hopes that they change their ways, theaters never come back.
That
The only way theaters stay is they're if they stay. And they'll have to adapt anyways, and they are currently having to adapt. They're not all staying stagnant. There's some new things that they've been adding. I mean, like honestly, Regal Unlimited, like that was unheard of for a while, or the AMC A List, or I think AMC's even starting a a popcorn subscription where people can get like way cheaper popcorn by subscribing. Of course, just in this subscriber world that we live in now, everything's a subscription now.
yeah, which is
But I think
sucks.
Yeah, it's not great, but
And
again, people kind of choose what are their things, and there are people that like movies, but they don't like them enough to go to the movie theater, and they'll say things of why they can't or whatnot, and a lot of that is valid, but at the same time, like if you truly like it, I've seen plenty of people that if they truly like going to the movies to see that movie there and have that experience, they will find and make the time.
mhm.
But then there's like a value proposition that you have to put up every time. Like once you have kids, all these different things, like there are different things that you have to kind of discuss with your significant other. You figure out with your job. You're at a point where you're like, okay, well now I can't go as often, but maybe that just means it's a different part of your life. Does that mean that we should tarnish what still exists just so that the people that can't anymore, because their value propositions have changed, um, so that they could have a better time?
But
Because I think
it's
the people that are still going to the theater, they're having a fun time going to the theater still.
sure. I'm not saying get rid of theaters. I'm just saying, is what they're offering worth the money and the effort nowadays? Like, because they're charging more than ever. It's like it's more expensive than ever, but it's like the same thing. And unless you're going to an IMAX or a Dolby, which then you're spending even more, then I don't think the quality is as good as a 4K TV at home. Like genuinely,
Sure.
um,
Um,
unfortunately, I think sometimes those I don't know, depending on the theater you go to. Now again, like you could be going to like a really good theater, whereas like some other people have some really
mhm.
crappy theaters near them, or maybe they just have like a small
Sure,
town
sure.
theater, stuff like that. So I don't
I think the
think
rise of small town theaters should rise again. The single screen theaters where someone who has a passion for theaters. I would love to open my own theater. That'd be cool. Just have a one screen theater, pick what
sure.
movies are played. I think that would be awesome if we went to something like that rather than big branch groups. But of course, with that, you get more variety, of course. What I would say also, though, is if all movies, instead of going to theaters now because they're so expensive and really inconvenient for everybody, let's put them on whatever. So a Paramount or NBC or Warner Brothers or any of these things, let's put all of them on their specific streaming sites. Well, guess what? Now you're spending 200 plus bucks a month just to go to any of these streaming sites to see every single movie that you want to see that's out there. Because there's a couple of movies that I was like kind of interested in maybe seeing in the theaters, and as soon as I saw that they're on Peacock, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just never watching them because I'm never going to get Peacock because it just feels like a waste. There's nothing else on there besides maybe the one movie that I want to watch. So it's like when you're looking at it that way, also like streaming people like Netflix and stuff, you have to pick and choose. A lot of people, they end up sharing their stuff. Now Netflix adds a surcharge to
Okay.
people that share.
So
So I
let's
mean,
go
it's
that
expensive either
let's
way.
let's go that route.
Okay.
Individually, for me, like to go see Predator Badlands,
Hmm.
um, just one ticket was like over $15.
Right.
Any subscription is going to be less than that, and you can immediately cancel it. So you can watch your movie, cancel it, and then you're good.
Every streaming site is cheaper than 15 bucks.
I'm not saying like every premier
Like if you
streaming
want
site.
ad like full ads every 10 minutes, then sure you can get an $8 subscription to Netflix, but you're getting ads every like
Well,
10
everybody
minutes
has
for the
Netflix,
duration of
so
everything.
that's not even going to be one of the ones that they.
Well,
But like
sure,
to
sure, but that was
convince
just an
yourself to
example
get
that came to
like
mind.
Peacock's not more than $15.
Hmm.
I'm
I wonder
just
what it actually is. I don't
I'm just
actually
saying,
know,
like a
but
lot of these times you end up having these subscriptions, and so what a lot of people are frustrated about, and a lot of the times, what stopped people from going to the movies is like, oh, I'm just gonna see it for free because I already have a subscription to this
mm,
company, to Warner Brothers, to
hmm
Hulu, or to Disney, to Fox, whatever. Uh, I have a Hulu. I'm gonna see Predator Badlands on there in a few months. I'm just gonna wait
Mm-hmm.
until then. So that's where I'm at. I'm like, that's why I'm like, theaters need to be offering more than just a movie and trying to hold on to that movie for as long as they can, because like that is not enough to drive huge numbers of people to the box office or to their theaters, in my opinion. I don't know. That's just kind of how I'm reading things. I think COVID did mess up a lot of the idea of
Mm-hmm.
theaters, but there
Yeah.
are still events like Barbenheimer, um, like the Minecraft movie that becomes a meme. Like you can eventize
Mm-hmm.
these movies and make them experiences to go see. And I
Sure.
think that's what they have to do, because then you're making it more than just seeing the movie. It's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and I think that again, this is kind of like a value that you have to weigh with yourself. This is a proposition you have to weigh with yourself. Is what I'm paying to go see the movie worth it for me? In my case, spending $20 a month on a subscription to see unlimited movies and have 10% concessions. That's an absolute steal because I am paying. I'm getting money back after I see two movies. I'm rinsing them of money after I've seen 4 to 5 movies.
Yeah.
It also allows me to enjoy some of their concessions because their concessions are expensive, and that's where the movie theater makes most of their money. So I can actually enjoy them more because it's 10% off
Mm-hmm.
every time I go. Sure, I gotta still be careful, but also the subscription adds to your points, so I get free drinks way often, um, and so there are ways around the spending the $15 uh, um, every time you go for a movie. I mean, it's the same thing with people that have the option to buy a yearly subscription for something and a monthly subscription. You're gonna save money if you buy the yearly one, but most people are like, well, I don't know if I'm going to really keep it the whole time. And then they have a monthly subscription that keeps going forever and they
Yeah,
never get out of
exactly.
that loop. And so then they're
And
wasting
companies
money.
hope you do that, because then, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, there are ways around it. I mean, if you really want to go see, there's plenty of movies that I've gone to see in the movie theater that I would have had no interest in even loading up on my TV at home because I only have a certain amount of time. And sure, then I'm like, I get to the weekend and I'm like, would I rather go out and see a movie or I'd rather stay in and see a movie? Sometimes I'm stuck at home. So it's like, why would I want to be home more? I want to go out and like have a
Yeah.
time. But that's me. That's my value. I like doing that. It's not everybody's value.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Exactly.
my wife loves going to the movies, but she doesn't love going to the movies all the time. So, you
Yeah.
know, and same with you. You like to go see certain movies, but not a lot of movies. And then you're at a certain point where, like, well, maybe it's better if I just get it on a, a streaming service instead, because then it'll be
Yeah.
quick and easy and I don't have to worry about it. But for me, I actually like going. Um, but again, it's a value thing. I
I
think
think
there's a value to still going to the theater,
I
whether
think the
other
movie
people don't
theater
or not.
experience can be incredible when it's at its best. Um, but at its worst, or like at its average, I don't think it sells me much anymore. I think it was better back in the day when you had those midnight releases. I think the Marvel Infinity Saga era was incredible. I mean, that was the highlight of the movie theater experience for me. Seeing those Marvel movies with everybody in the audience and like cheering and clapping along with them.
Hmm.
But like that all died after COVID. Um and and now it's just like it's just kind of it's rough because it we don't seem to be able to capture that magic with the current movies that are out there, and so it just makes like the theater experience just kind of like, I don't know. It's just it can just be, I don't know. It's just tough.
Yeah,
I don't
I,
think
I
it's
mean,
the same as it used to be, and I think that's where I'm getting at, because like I mean, we grew up going to the theater, and like it was incredible. And I remember seeing the
Mhm.
Hobbit movies at midnight releases, even though I don't really like those movies that much. Uh, I remember how fun it was to go see those midnight releases. It was incredible, even though I was really
Mhm.
tired for school the next day. um,
I I would say I understand that there are plenty of other things that I've enjoyed about movie theaters. I mean, uh, one. I mean, just like I said, like sometimes it's nice to just get out of your house every once in a while.
sure.
But there was a time when I had to. I like to go, and a lot of people they end up like, well, I'd like to go with people. I don't like to go by myself and stuff to the theater. I love going. I like going to restaurants by myself. If I'm ever by myself somewhere and I'm just like, well, I have time to go eat something, I'll go do that. I definitely go eat and stuff with people more, but I'm just saying sometimes the solo experience is pretty nice, and that's been on the rise. Um, but like, I took my wife and her uh, mom and sister-in-law to the Taylor Swift concert in Vancouver,
Nice. Yeah.
and I was the only one, and I had to wait to pick them up afterwards. So I went and had dinner at a nice restaurant that I had set up a reservation for, and then I went and saw Gladiator 2 in a Canadian theater,
Nice.
and I had a blast, like going to the theater, go walking up there, going up the escalator at this theater that I'd never been to before, seeing all their deals in this like weird Canadian theater that I was like, I don't even they have deals here that I don't even know about, like passes and stuff, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, you know what, this will be fun. I'll just get some popcorn, have some fun, or candy or something. But anyways, there is something that I still find magical about it that I know a lot of people have lost in the streaming age of movie theaters. And I think that I am probably one of the weird ones at this point that still likes movie theaters. Um,
Hmm.
I'm definitely in the minority, I know now. But I still can't help but defend it whenever I see it. And I did have there was one time I had a bad experience at a movie theater, and it was actually during Endgame when Avengers Endgame came out. I went to
Okay.
a movie theater and their AC didn't work,
Oh.
and they didn't even try to fix it. So I was like, okay, well this sucks. It's like the middle of like
Oh
late spring,
gosh.
early summer, and super hot in the theater, and I was just like, well this sucks. But then
Was that your
me and my
first time
buddy,
seeing it?
uh, luckily no, but it was one of the times
Oh,
I
okay.
saw it.
Yeah.
Because I saw it. I mean, everybody saw it at least twice.
Oh,
I mean, like
for sure.
probably
You had
90% of
to.
people saw it twice. But then 3 years ago in 2022, there's this video game League of Legends that's pretty controversial at times, but they have like a world championship every year. And one year they decided to team up with Regal Theaters and release or have it live streamed to the theater.
That's cool.
And so me and my buddy bought tickets, went for the grand finale in it was the one of the theaters in one of the big cities around here, and we got there and we were given some of those little like beater things that you can get at like events and stuff to clap together, um, little like air sticks or something. But
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
we went there, had a blast. It's a movie theater. We got some candy and drinks, and then sat down to watch something that's different. And then they have like the mystery movies where it's like a cheaper ticket to go see, and then they'll show like a mystery movie that's out there. I go
Yeah.
on my app to look at movies and stuff all the time, and I check reviews, and people are like, I saw this for Mystery Movie Monday, and it was just such a delight, and I wouldn't have ever seen it if it wasn't for the mystery movie thing, to just have them sit in a seat for a random movie and then they saw something.
Yeah.
I also think quality of movies will go down if movies are just streaming. I mean, look at Netflix movies in general. Maybe 1 out of 10 are high quality, good movies, and the rest of them are like C tier or worse schlock. But
Yeah.
that's also, you know, I mean, with the amount that they turn out, it's understandable. But at the same time, like, do we want just more schlock, or do we want high budget things that are put into the theaters? Um,
But I mean,
it's kind
I
of
don't
hard to
know.
take.
It's tough because like we can look at Netflix and we're like, yo, like they're putting out all this trash because they're able to put out so much now. But like, I mean, Hollywood puts out like, consider all the movies they put out every year. Like, how many of those are complete bangers or like massive successes? I think there is a lot more of a process with Hollywood in terms of like getting stuff approved and getting it in theaters. But I think also nowadays, like, all these companies are just spending so much money. Like Apple movies, Apple TV shows, pretty high quality stuff, and like they're able to snag up some big actors. I think for a while, streaming just like was something that actors shied away from, but now I just see like big actors in all these like originals. It's just kind of crazy, and I don't think that movie theaters are going away, nor do I think they should. I think they're just going to change into more just more things that you like sometimes go to, they're more of like, they'll be more experience based and less crucial to seeing the next big thing. You know, the next big thing will probably be out of theaters in X amount of time or something. I don't know. I just like, I don't see like the current way they're doing things as lasting. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, I do agree that I mean, I think that movie theaters are a thing of the past at this point. I mean, with the way that technology works, it's just exponential how everything works. And now we can watch everything here and there. But being a fan of the movie theaters, it hurts because it is one of those things that I don't want to die. So I'm going to keep defending it till my last breath, until the last theater shuts. I'm going to keep trying to get people to go to the movie theaters.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
Because I think it's an important place and medium to go to. They are significantly dead in comparison to what they used to be. I mean, there's ghost crews running those places. They used to have, like at my theater, they used to have two different sides of concession stands, and now one side is just dark all the time, and they just do one side. And I mean, I got my Galactus head here and a bunch of other my cups and stuff from Dune.
Nice.
I think Dune Part 2 was my best movie theater experience in my whole time in movie theaters. I think it was better than anything I've ever seen.
Really?
In a theater. Yep. Dune Part 2.
I mean, Dune Part 2 was
better. I think it's better than Infinity War and Endgame.
That's fair.
In my opinion, but that's not everybody's opinion. You might have liked those other.
Well, no, I was going to say, I think
Dune...
Avatar was the most mind-blowing experience when I first saw it. Just for like everything it was at the time. Like if I'm just looking at individual moments in time and like theater experiences, like how many times did I see that movie in theaters? I'm just like, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
That and the first Avengers, like I think I saw the most in theaters ever. Like those movies like blew my mind.
I loved Avatar, and I loved The Way of Water when it came out 2 years ago. And I am really excited to go see Fire and Ash this December.
You know what I'm excited about with that movie? The Avengers Doomsday trailer. That'll be a part of it.
Oh, is there going to be an Avengers Doomsday with that?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Supposedly.
See, we also lose trailers like that. I mean, it's the same thing with like even Super Bowls at this point. Like everything, like that's one of the last things that's still like holding up on TV is Super Bowls.
Yeah,
and even then,
but a lot of
significantly less than they used to be.
Yeah, and a lot of companies use Super Bowl ads to just boost their numbers too now, because every time they show a trailer on the Super Bowl, they're like, every home that watched the Super Bowl watched our trailer, so we got this millions of views. And yeah, it's just kind of funny now, because it's all about like trying to be, oh, look at how many views, look at how big and important this is. Which is funny because what we're talking about Today, 30 minutes into the podcast, what we're talking about today
Hey,
is relatively small projects in terms of their box office and viewership. But they were both incredible in their own way, and we both love these franchises. And that is the
yeah.
Predator and Alien franchises, which I guess are technically a part of the same universe. They're not even their own
Hmm.
separate thing. And then what's really cool is this is like the first time we've seen them mashed up since AVP. Although there
Yeah.
are no xenomorphs in this, there is Weyland
Hmm.
Yutani.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, Alien Earth, I think, went off when it was shown because I mean, most people have like the Hulu Disney combo.
Yeah, it just
At
makes
least a
the
lot of
most
people
sense.
do. Yeah, it's one of those ones that a lot of people end up having.
Yeah.
It's actually one that I don't have, so thank you, bro, for
Oh
letting
yeah,
me
you're welcome.
bum off of you. Hopefully, Disney doesn't hear this.
Yeah. Oh what?
Uh, and but yeah, and then yeah, I'm seeing 180.1 million for Predator Badlands, which is above their budget. I don't know what their marketing budget was on top, if that shows there, if that's a hidden budget, but um, obviously not great. But for $100 million, I mean, just to make again over 100 million, it's like there's movies that are coming out that are have a budget of 100 million that are making like $20 million, and it's
Yeah.
like, the fact that this made 180 million is impressive, and it shows that there are still people that want to go see it,
And
and I'm sure it'll get even more people to watch it once it's on streaming.
I was gonna say once it hits streaming, like I think we'll see because it already got a lot of buzz when it first came out. I remember it like it
Hmm.
took me weeks to go see it, just to find
Uh-huh.
time to go do it. But then by the time I did, like I had already seen like so many like clips of or like
Hmm.
edits of people talking about the main character Deck and
Hmm.
just talking about the movie itself and how Dan Trachtenberg is
Right.
killing it. He's 3 for 3. And I remember when Prey came
Hmm.
out, that movie had a ton of buzz. Like people loved that movie, and I still think it's probably it's. I mean, it's my second favorite of the Predator series personally. Um,
Also, it was
it was
it was a Hulu
yeah,
streaming only.
yeah, exactly, and I think it did really well for them as well. I don't have the exact numbers here, um,
Hmm.
but I remember it got a lot of traction and kind of like helped revamp and start Dan Trachtenberg's Predator universe. And dude's killing
Hmm.
it. Killer versus or Killer of Killers. That Predator
Hmm.
movie is so good. I love that one. Uh,
Nice.
but this movie was great too because for the first time we
Hmm.
get a Yautja as the protagonist. So what do you think of that?
I loved the showing like a protagonist as one of the predators, the Yautja, and it was cool how they were able to make a story about a runt of a clan that has to an underdog that has to prove himself. They took one of the scariest creatures that have ever been made in sci-fi, deadly creatures, and they made
Yeah,
him, a relatable character for people
yeah,
to see. And I think the arc was awesome. I think the way that they implemented the Weyland Yutani, I also think it was pretty smart of them to use only Weyland Yutani as like the fodder because they were able to keep it as a PG
yeah. I was gonna
13
say
movie,
they could smash
which is
skulls
impressive.
and rip people in half without it.
Decapitate people, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I liked the planet of Genna. I think it
Death
was Genna,
World.
right?
Yeah,
And all the different creatures. Of course, the team ups between people. I'm like looking over at my screen because I'm seeing the poster for the movie. There were so many aspects of it. I just loved seeing the Yautja. How about you?
yeah. I mean, this movie to me, it was a little strange not having the like it felt strange looking at it from like, oh, we're following this character. Like he's a predator. Like we're meant to be afraid. This guy's supposed to be hunting us. Like we're not supposed to see him from this sort of light. But they did really well at adding like complexity to his character. And the way they tie that into the Yautja culture and with that specific clan, how they're unique in the sense that they use those laser swords or those plasma swords, whatever they are, basically lightsabers, but super cool in their own way. And the fact that, you know, he's having to like prove himself, and how he in a lot of ways wasn't even given a shot, except for the fact that his brother stood up for him. That was really cool. And then the way they implement the synths as well was cool. I liked that because I think that shows them in a different light too. And I think, I don't know, we see so many different like synths at this point. It's interesting to see how they all differ in their own way, and how they all like see themselves as more human than they are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It also makes me think of how, because I think I've heard that Dan Trachtenberg and like Noah Hawley and a couple other Fede Alvarez and stuff from Alien Romulus have been getting together and talking about the lore of the worlds, and they're trying to combine everything together and make it all make sense. And I think, I mean, there's something interesting about the fact that I don't know what year it was in this, because we were going off of like, you know, Yautja time or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
Don't necessarily know the human year, but could possibly any of these like Ellie or something, she easily could have been one of these hybrids from Alien Earth. I'm not, I mean, obviously she was a synth, that's what it says. She wasn't a hybrid, but like the idea that hybrids
Sure,
could
yeah.
exist in this universe at this point,
Or maybe
because they've
something
been introduced in
similar to
Alien
the
Earth,
hybrid. Yeah.
like a way to get more empathy out of them, because they said they were designed specifically. I mean, obviously she was for sure a synth because there was two that looked identical.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
their brain
Ellie Fanning
patterns,
was
how they
incredible.
thought.
But yeah, using empathy to control was super interesting, and it really made me think of the hybrids from Alien Earth.
Yeah, which is its own like topic in and of itself, because that show really explores a lot of the. I mean, for one thing, it adds a completely new, mega corporation with Prodigy. Something to compete with
Right.
Weyland Yutani, but also something that doesn't exist because it probably gets absorbed by Weyland Yutani, along
Sure.
with the synths probably, or the hybrids probably end up either becoming top secret Weyland Yutani property, or they just completely get wiped out. We'll find out eventually. Who knows? Maybe the Xenos turn on them and just tear them apart, type of situation. But yeah, Alien
That'd be
Earth
interesting to
was
see.
really cool. It really like captured my, like, there was a lot of mystery with it. There was a lot of like body horror with the bugs and stuff, which freaks me out. Definitely not a fan of all those parasitic organisms, bloodsuckers and stuff.
And the eyeball.
Oh, the eyeball is probably one of the coolest, if not the coolest parts
yeah.
of this, because it was such an original creation, and just another intelligent being. Because the way that it attacked the Xeno was pretty interesting. And I apologize because I feel like we're jumping around a lot, but this is kind of just like a full-on discussion of these two projects. We're kind of just like an open book about it, kind of just jumping around.
I mean, what I want to say is like, I feel if there's anybody listening to this, the point of this is to talk about the shared universe
Yes.
um, of Predator and Alien because of Predator Badlands and the reintroduction of Weyland Yutani into a Predator thing, Predator franchise. Because even AVP, that was before Weyland Yutani was like, it was even Weyland Yutani. It was just Weyland Incorporated or something like that. And Peter Weyland was alive in that movie.
Sure. Yeah.
He was the one that did the expedition to Antarctica to look for that thing and drill in the hole or whatever.
Yeah.
And so this is already 100 years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it said it was like the year 2000 or something like that when I was looking at a timeline of when it happened. So this is a reintroduction in the future, showing that these things still exist, like in the same universe.
Yeah.
And so I think talking back and forth kind of makes sense, because you got these these worlds are now going to be colliding, and ever since Prey came out, Alien Romulus, Killer of Killers, Alien Earth, and now Predator Badlands, we have just been like getting all this sci-fi that we haven't really got for a while, and it's all of these people that grew up watching these original movies, and they're like, man, they just took a liking to it so much
Mm-hmm.
that one day, like it sent them on a career path that led them to a point where they got to make things related to what they like, and that is what is so cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not to jump into anything else, but it shows why someone like James Gunn, who grew up reading comic books, is just so enamored with comic books and wants to get into it.
Oh my god.
But not just James Gunn,
just
but
kidding.
I mean, even Kevin Feige.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he was a comic book fan, and then look, he becomes like an executive and stuff at a place and starts the whole MCU.
He was sneaking comic
like-
books to Hugh Jackman on the set of
Nice.
X-Men back when he was just a lowly producer. I don't even know if he was a producer.
No, I think he was just like a production assistant or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just cool to see people that are fans of something now making the stuff that we also grew up liking. And I mean, even the bad Predator movies have still been fun. They have like a silly place in my heart, at least. Like, you know, going and seeing a dumb Predator that literally makes no sense, and you're looking back, you're like, that was probably a waste of time. But I had fun because Predators killed people or aliens did something.
Exactly.
But now we got like real, like awesome things. I never ended up watching Fargo, but Noah Hawley, who did Alien Earth, he did that Fargo show. I've seen the Fargo movie, but they made like a whole anthology series based on that.
It's supposed to be really
He
good.
apparently did a great job. I heard it's really good. And then he also did
interesting.
Legion, which was a Marvel.
Yeah, that's right. I started watching that.
That was his first thing that he did.
It was kind of trippy, but I hear it's
Was it?
really good. Yeah, because it's very heady.
Nice.
Because obviously the Legion character is so complex.
Right.
But
Yeah, but anyways, I'm just, when I watched Alien Earth, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I got so into sci-fi again. I was like, dude, this is the craziest, most awesome, like the way that they could just think of like these corporations that now own parts of the world. They're the governments essentially at this point, and it kind of explains how things happen in future movies on why they're on these expeditions and why the companies are so important, and then why in, I think it was like Alien Resurrection, they talked about how, I think it was like 500 years in the future or something like that, they're like, mega corporations are now banned. They no longer had mega corporations by the end of time or whatever.
And which one was that?
That was the Alien Resurrection, where Sigourney Weaver's character was, they put her consciousness in a clone in the future.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And it was like super far in the future, and then they had mixed her clone DNA with xenomorph.
Oh
and
my
so
gosh.
she had a mother-kid relationship similar to Wendy and her.
Was this
xenomorph
like
in
number?
Alien Earth.
Was this number 3 or number?
It was number 4.
Number 4. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because number 3 was the
Because number
prison.
1 and number 2 are great. Yeah, number 3 is the prison, which is bad. and then number 4 was also bad, and that was the Resurrection one. But that took place in the year like 2500, which is crazy.
I mean, Aliens kind of they had some success with Romulus.
Oh, Romulus, incredible. And he kind of took, again, Fede Alvarez, kind of a fan of older horror stuff, because he was also a fan of Evil Dead and remade that.
Yeah.
And then he was a fan of Alien and kind of remade that in a way. And so he's pretty good at that. And
Yeah.
he's really creepy. He's got some creepy stuff,
which is what people
movies.
want.
Yep. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Predator Badlands, I mean, getting to see the evolution. I mean, if we're talking about spoilers at this point, which I think we kind of are, in the third act, when Deck the Yautja is getting, before calls himself the Yautja, because he kept putting the goalposts in front of himself and what he had to do.
Yeah, seriously.
But he gathered all that nature. There was like all these things that were like killer to people, like exploding worms and all these things. He gathered them up and he became like a nature predator, and it was super cool to see him with all this like nature armor and weapons, and how ingenious this race of hunter people is.
Yeah.
And I love the codex at the beginning where it says the predator is prey to none or something like that.
Oh yeah, seriously.
The Yautja is prey to none, and it's just super cool.
Yeah, to jump in there on the Yautja culture, it's cool to see, because they are very much like survival of the fittest, also like the strongest rule type of thing. So like someone like Deck, who isn't seen as the strongest, has to be very ingenious. He has to have good ingenuity, be able to like put together this armor and these weapons, use his environment to defeat his enemy, which is kind of interesting, because normally we see the reversal. Like if we compare it to Predator, the very first one, we see Dutch have to use his environment to defeat the Predator, and now we have Deck who's using the environment to defeat his enemy. So it's just interesting, because he was stripped of all his tech, everything that made him a hunter, except he later learned that he is the hunter, like he is Yautja, and yeah. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, so cool. Also, again, can't like stop saying how awesome Ellie Fanning is as Thea, and I can't remember the other one's name.
Yeah,
Tessa.
Thea and Tessa.
Yeah. Epic performance there, and then the cool little animal. What do they name him? Bud.
Oh yeah, Bud.
Him or her? Bud. The. Oh gosh, why can't I remember what the creature is called?
The Kelak or something. Calyx.
Oh, a callus.
Callus. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, the monster design was really cool for this planet. The Callus, obviously, as something that like can regenerate, so it, like basically never dies, is really interesting.
Maybe it dies of old age.
I wonder if it just like keeps growing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess but if it is like constantly,
because you'd imagine the whole planet is covered in them at a certain point,
unless they like kill each other.
Yeah, but how do they kill each other? Because they can just regrow.
Exactly. Maybe they know how.
I mean, they had their head chopped off.
But also maybe
I was thinking
maybe they have like a hard time breeding and like sustaining a population. Or maybe it's so competitive, they're so spread out, their territory is that like a massive area. I don't know.
I was thinking of when he first chopped off the head and it started growing back. I instantly thought of the Deadpool comic where they chopped off his head and they put it under an asteroid in like a crater so that his head couldn't get its way back to his body.
Oh,
but he was still alive.
Well, didn't he do that to Wolverine? He put Wolverine's head in a box.
Yeah. Oh, they've done it to each other plenty of times.
When he killed the Marvel Universe, he did something like that. That's
Yeah,
insane.
it's but yeah. So I thought of that, the regenerating thing. Um, and then yeah, I'm just curious, what is next? What's the next Predator and what's the next Alien? Like, are we gonna get another Alien movie, or are we gonna get an Alien Earth season 2? And then with Predator, are we gonna get a Predator Badlands 2, or are we gonna get a new story? Because they kind of left it off where they could continue with Deck and Thea and Bud.
I think they might. I don't know. It's tough to say because, I don't know what mark they need to hit to justify making a second one. I feel like it got enough buzz to where
Mm-hmm.
20th Century is like, we need to keep rolling on this while Predator and Alien are hot. You know,
Yeah.
I know Dan Trachtenberg is cooking up all sorts of ideas. Uh, he has everything going on with that Killer of Killers thing, where all those people are kept in
Mm-hmm.
cryo to
That's
be used.
interesting. Yeah.
Because there's Dutch, and then we saw
Mm-hmm.
uh, Danny Glover's character from Predator 2. He was kept in
Mm-hmm.
cryo, so it could be interesting because we could follow Deck like working his way through like the hierarchy of the Yautja culture, because we have his
Oh
mom
man.
coming, and their matriarchal society. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, but like, could we see Deck kind of like rising through the ranks, or his mom recruiting him to fight other clans, or like she has ambitions and you know he's like, no, I want to do my own thing, but like, could she end up just like capturing him, and then he has to work with all those humans that are kept in cryo and start like a revolution,
Oh.
or not just
Yeah.
humans, like
Yeah.
all the other aliens that are a part of it, because I could see her being like, um because he's like, I don't want to be a part of like this Yautja culture, I have my own clan, and she's like, nah, and then she's like, you're gonna be a gladiatorial slave, and yeah, that could be kind of interesting.
They're gonna have a de-aged Danny Glover. Uh,
Yeah, that
that'll
that
be
would be
good.
interesting, because at that point is like, are they gonna maybe make it animated to go with the Killer of Killers?
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, that's at a different time, because unless that's supposed to be the same time, because maybe, I don't know, maybe that is the same time and that's a different like clan leader, because that
Mm.
guy with all the xenoskeletons on his back could be
Mm-hmm.
a rival to Deck's mom, if that's
Could
around the
be.
same time period, because those ships did look the same. But we also know that Yautja don't really innovate a lot with their tech.
No. Once they got something to work, it works.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's interesting. Who knows what he has planned? I think that's pretty cool. I think in terms of Alien Earth season 2, I'm really curious, because it might just be an all-out war between Weyland Yutani and the hybrids. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to turn out very good for the kids of Neverland, or whatever it's called.
Oh man. Actually, speaking of that, I did notice her name, but I didn't realize it. The lady who plays Wendy,
Yeah.
her name's Sydney Chandler. She is the daughter of um, Kyle Chandler, who is going to be uh, Green Lantern.
Oh, wow! I didn't know
Hal
that.
Jordan.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Chandler. So I was like, oh
Nothing like
snap.
good old Hollywood nepotism in action. I'm just
True, it happens. And then we have, I mean, maybe it isn't nepotism though, because we didn't know.
yeah, that's fair.
No. And then there was her brother, the medic guy, Hermit.
Yeah,
He was in an episode of Black Mirror.
sure
And
was.
fun fact, it wasn't the same episode, but Dan Trachtenberg actually directed an episode of Black Mirror.
Hmm. Small
So
world. Small
6
world.
degrees of separation.
There we go. Uh, yeah,
But yeah.
because what's cool about the hybrids is they're technically immortal.
Hmm.
So we could see Wendy surviving, and living far enough into the future to where she's around during the time of Predator Badlands. You know, maybe
Right.
she escapes Earth somehow. Maybe she has her own Xeno colony and she's just this like crazy queen. You know what I mean?
That would be interesting. Oh, there's so much they could do.
You never know.
Yeah, man. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see what they do in the sci-fi space because it's been getting me interested. And it makes me hope that one day, as we've talked about plenty of times, and as I'm sure you're constantly thinking about, that Star Wars will one day come back
Yes.
in a good way.
In a good way. Now, obviously, we have Mandalorian and Grogu, and we have Starfighter coming out. Whether or not those are successes is to be seen. I'll be curious on how they perform in the box office because they're Star Wars movies, but they're also not like episode movies. You know what I mean? They're not like a part of the saga. So, but Mandalorian and Grogu are massive, but did they miss the timing on it? You know, because season 3 was a letdown in a lot of ways. If this movie was coming out after the season 2 finale, like a year after that show had its finale, this movie probably would make like $1 billion.
Oh man.
But we're not there anymore, so
No. Yeah, Star Wars has only gone down in the drain. But Star Wars is up for me right now because Star Wars The Old Republic that we both been playing has been awesome.
That game's extremely old.
It is a 2011 game, yeah.
That's old, bro.
I remember when it first came out. I was so excited.
Dude, those trailers are still some of the best.
Oh, some of the best that they've ever made.
Yeah, in terms of like choreography and atmosphere, everything. It's just like, oh my goodness.
Every person that watched it, why can't they just make a movie that's this?
Yeah. If I had,
and we all agree.
I know the amount of times like I've.
But of
watched
course,
it.
those cinematics are so expensive.
Sure, yeah, but I mean,
they had the story right there. Just take the story of the Old Republic and make it something. Don't make a High Republic. Okay, wait, we're getting into something else here.
What like
we're talking about Alien Earth and Badlands.
Yeah, that's Star Wars. We could complain.
We'll have to have another Star Wars like chatting episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a year recap episode.
Oh yeah, of like everything that came out.
Yeah, and then what we're excited for next year.
Ooh,
which
that'll be fun.
I guess like
prepping.
nothing. I don't know. Nothing good coming out.
Nothing good coming out. I'm just a negative Nancy.
Oh man. They leaked there was a leaked description of the Supergirl teaser trailer that's going to come out pretty soon.
Nice.
Because they did release on Twitter that little snippet of her, like her, and then like trailer coming soon type of thing. So that'll be interesting. I feel
we'll see how it is.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a space adventure, which obviously we already kind of knew. But yeah. Anyways, with Predator Badlands, I think there was a lot of cool like lore built up about the Yautja, and I think a lot of people are really digging that.
Oh yeah, I am.
So
eating it up.
So I think if Dan Trachtenberg can just keep going with the Yautja and figuring out what they're all about, people will show up, and I think. Cut that out. My goodness, that was a huge yawn. We're getting to the end here. We're both hanging on by a thread. But
oh yeah,
what I was gonna say with Predator Badlands, I think it did bring in some like new audience as well to the series, which is awesome because it's been around since the 80s. There was definitely a lull. Quality for sure was not the best for AVP. A lot of studio problems as well. Always seems to be behind the scenes stuff, really ruining everything, and just like the wrong people hired for the job. But this like Prey, Predator Killer of Killers, and now Predator Badlands Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels really good because I love that universe that Predator is
Mm-hmm.
in, and I just feel as if it's on the up and up. And same with Alien Earth, even though like I haven't seen Romulus, and I probably will watch it when I have time. That stuff freaks me out a little bit more because I'm a big old coward when it comes to horror
Mm-hmm.
movies and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Uh,
Me too, bro. But there are some movies where I'm just like, I'm gonna watch it no matter what.
yeah, I mean, Alien Earth was tough at certain scenes where I was just like, oh man,
Yep.
uh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and
Some real. I loved how they introduced new aliens
yeah, that's,
because it just made the universe so much richer. And then we got all the creatures in Predator Badlands.
yeah,
We're just getting all these like cool ideas for aliens. It's like it all started from like the ideas of a predator and the Yautja, the original Yautja, and then the original xenomorph. And now we got a bunch of awesome things. And like the eyeball was cooler than any xenomorph that was in that movie or the show.
I know the eyeball is trying to freaking get the Xeno, which is interesting because like
Yeah,
Xenos
well, it
don't.
didn't realize after a minute that it didn't have eyes.
I know. Well, it's yeah, and exactly. How's it? Is it gonna react to acid blood as well? Like, is it gonna burn?
Oh, who knows?
Because
It can take a beating, and it's just an eyeball.
I'm wondering what happens if it does take control of a Xeno, if like it's at all possible.
Hmm.
You know, like how would it do that? And like,
Hmm.
what would be the outcome?
What happens if it takes over a synth or a hybrid?
I don't know if it could.
I don't know.
I don't think it could because I don't think it the because it's not necessarily bioorganic. It's all like
Who
synthetic.
knows?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but I mean, if it does, then that's terrifying. Because now, what the eyeballs
Hmm.
in Arthur, and he's like
Hmm.
a genius. So is it going to be able to like feed off of his brain and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, it started. Yeah, it started getting. Yeah, interesting.
Because it
Oh, there's so much stuff. I'm so excited.
it's probably going to end with the what's his name,
Boy genius.
boy genius, eventually being
Cavalier.
being killed by the eyeball in some regard.
Oh,
I mean, I could
because
totally
he's
see
like the
that.
smartest.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
And then who knows? Maybe he escapes with the eyeball, and
Mm.
the eyeball they fly off into the unknown galaxies, and
What if the eyeball took over a Yautja?
that'd be crazy.
Oh, what the
I
heck?
mean, then it would be overpowered. It would just be slaughtering people.
Sure, sure.
Also, what I
It's interesting how it like controlled the human. It like lifted up the lip and it
it try,
couldn't fully control the vocal cords.
yeah, almost like there was like only a certain, or maybe it was still learning how to do it. Like who knows?
Sure, sure, yeah, yeah.
What will be interesting is like understanding like what planet it comes from, because they're all like invasive species, you
Mm,
know, like the most invasive of their planet.
right.
So I'm curious what the planet looks like that it's on, like how it survives, how it like
Hmm.
does it have a culture of its own, like because it's highly intelligent.
Right, yeah,
So
yeah.
who knows, huh? Who knows?
Oh, such fun stuff. Hope you all enjoyed us talking and rambling about sci-fi and movie theaters and streaming and what we like and don't like. It's fun as always.
Yeah, and I think obviously we're pretty tired. We start
We are tired at this point.
we started this a little later than we wanted to,
Yeah.
and you know we're still trying to figure out our schedules to make this work better. I think next time we'll just have to start way earlier
Yeah,
on
yeah,
both
for
of our
sure.
ends. You know, being on in different parts of the country, but
It's tough.
yeah, it
It's
is
tough.
tough. But I still had fun, and I hope you
Me
guys
too.
all enjoyed. And leave your comments down below of what you think of movie theaters, what you think of streaming, and the whole
Hmm.
Netflix Warner Brothers merger. Assuming that Warner Brothers
It
approves
goes through.
whatever Netflix throws at them,
Hmm.
and they don't reopen the contract. But And always let us know what you think. Of course, let us know what you think of Predator Badlands and Alien Earth.
Yeah, it was a little scattered, but I think we brought it home.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we did great, man. That was a really good podcast.
I had fun.
Yeah.
We're talking about stuff we like.
Yeah, it's true. It was a much more lively conversation in the first half, and then we used all our energy.
Yeah, we did use all our
and
energy.
then we're like, well, I guess Predator Badlands.
Oh, man.
No.
All right, everybody. I'm Yoslo.
I'm Oddball.
We'll see you all in the Unknown Theories next time.
Later.